So a focus session is a dedicated time slot where a team member is working exclusively on your business. Now we have three different types of focus sessions at present. What we have is a financial systems focus session, we have a bookkeeping focus session, and we have a financial management focus session. The idea is to create a fixed routine throughout the months, and obviously what we want to do is address all the queries you have in an open agenda in those sessions. A focus session, as a structure was born at Creative CFO when we were dealing with more and more complex requirements that customers wanted us to take over. So initially we were very flexible about how we managed our time and really just respond as quickly as we could to any calls that came in, any emails, etc. But as we did more and more, perhaps loading up payments, dealing with bookkeeping on a daily basis, advanced financial management queries that were critical to day-to-day decisions in the business, what we realized is that we needed to be fair in terms of how we allocated out our time and make sure that the particular level of support that was required was there in an expected time frame. So what we did is we developed focus sessions, we looked at how many we thought were necessary to achieve those outputs, we booked those into the calendar, and then at that point we would get on with work exclusively for your business. Now, we have three different types of focus sessions: the systems side, the bookkeeping, and the financial management. Those usually cover most aspects, and within those sessions we'll aim to complete the work that we know that needs to be done, as well as deal with any agenda items that you raise particularly. So over the years we've refined it, and it's really a way of dealing with a challenge that any individual in an organization faces: competing responsibilities for your time with certain outputs that have to be met. And a focus session is our way of summing that up and making sure we deliver on our responsibilities to you. Okay, so the first step is to figure out how many focus sessions you need for each of those three core areas: systems, bookkeeping, and financial management. Upfront, we'll do the best we can to determine what you need, and that is often driven by how regularly you'd like your books updated. So perhaps you want bookkeeping done on a weekly basis, but touch base on financial management every second week, for example. You must also bear in mind that we are essentially discussing your core submissions like payroll and VAT and provisional tax, etc., at their own timeframes as well. So once we've worked out how many touch points we'd like, then we book those into the calendar, and we usually put in about an hour and a half for that. So if we need your presence, we'll let you know for those sessions, but it's not always required, in the sense that we often have things just to get on with and get done, and if there's a particular area that we need to communicate with you, then we'll let you know that we would like you to join perhaps for the full time, or perhaps just the last half an hour, for example. So once we've got our schedule in, then what we do is we collate all the emails that essentially have been sent over and all the communications that have come through prior to the focus session. We rack up an agenda with everything that we know is important and obviously what you provided us, and then we send that agenda out with a priority list. Now at that point you're free to change the priorities, emphasize what's most important to you for the session, and then we crack on and we get the work done. During the session we'll monitor the various communication channels that you've indicated are important to you, and at the end of the session what we'll do is we'll summarize up all the work that we've done, the areas that we still need to get to, and obviously various timelines around that. We'll send that out as a concluding email for the session, and obviously look forward to the next one. So the focus sessions are definitely set up at a cadence to deal with all the issues that arise, and that may be a few times a week or once a week or fortnightly, etc. Now, obviously when we don't have a focus session coming up in the next few days, you may have something that's really, really urgent that you perceive needs to be done straight away. So how we deal with that is at the end of every focus session there'll be a link to the team leader, and that link will allow you to book a call, usually on the same day is what we aim for, to get in touch with the team leader to raise your particular urgent concern. Now we do two things in that quick call. One, we ascertain, is it really urgent? It may be something that we've got experience with that we understand can be submitted at a later date, or we can put the relevant time in at the next focus session. Or if it is urgent, then we look to assign the right resource to support you. Now, if we can get your account manager to help you because they've got time, that's wonderful, and we'll do that. Of course, they may be busy with other customers and other focus sessions. So in that case, what we'll do is we'll look across the team for the person with the relevant experience to help you out. And in that way, what we aim to do is respond to an urgent request as quickly as possible and get the team members on board to help you solve that if it is necessary before the next focus session. Focus sessions are a key part of the way we interact around your financial management. So whether it's particular bookkeeping aspects we're helping with, financial systems, or the financial management aspects of your business, you have to have focus sessions for us to help you in any of those areas. Now, if you've got internal capacity that completely manages your financial management, and you're essentially coming to us just to help with the tax returns and perhaps detailed tax advice, then we would have you on a slightly different retainer, which will primarily look to get in touch around tax return time and obviously do that analysis at that level. Now, most businesses we work with have focus sessions and require support in the financial management, but if it's just tax returns you're looking for, then we would possibly not put in focus sessions and just look at some tax touch points throughout the financial year.